Hi guys, today we're here at JR MOTs with Jay. We're going to have a quick run through of things you can check at home on your car before you bring it for an MOT. Jay, what kind of things we're going to look at today?
Well, the things you can check for are your lights.
Yeah.
This is very important. The security of your number plate. You can check your tyres. And now a big thing is wipers. You've got to be able to see where you're going. Mind you, wipers on the rear is not part of the MOT test. So we're going to focus mainly on the front wipers on an MOT test. Screen wash as well. So if your screen wash is empty, that is an instant failure. So this is something that you can check yourself before you bring it to myself or any of my other colleagues. So fluids on this particular vehicle, the screen wash is right here. So the way to check your fluids is to just give it a spray manually, and we can see that these wipers are working, and we can see that the visibility is actually great. When there is no screen wash, the wipers will run dry and they'll wear out quicker. So always make sure you got your screen wash topped up. Now, lights. The way to check is if they're flashing, so that will be your main beam, and then when the lights are on, this will be your dipped beam. So there's two types of beams. Both must be working correctly. When you're at home, if you could get a loved one or a friend to check with you, because certain things you cannot check by yourself. For example, your brake lights. So, are they working?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Indicators?
Yeah, left, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my fog light working?
Yeah. Fog lights on.
Fog lights on, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Another thing that we're checking for that you could do at home is to check your seat belts. The way to check seat belts are to give it a little tug to see if it locks, and also to check if there's any fraying, because if there's any fraying, that means the seat belt may not work properly in event of an accident. Another thing you could check is your seat to see if it's completely fixed. So if a seat is not fixed, in event of an accident, the seat could lunge forward with you, and your weight will be transmitted directly to the steering wheel. And if the airbag deploys, it's not going to be a good thing. So the horn. So as we can see, the horn is working on this particular vehicle. So this is another check that you can add to your list that you can do as a pre-check before you come for your MOT. If a battery is not fixed and it moves around, it could cause a short circuit within the engine bay area. Therefore, it could cause many things: loss of power, or it could arc out and it could cause an electrical fire at the worst case scenario. The way I would check a battery during a test is I'll just give it a tug and this is fixed, and we know this battery is secure in its place.
Thanks, Jay. That was great. So they're all things we can check at home, simple things. But I know once I bring the car to you, you're going to do some further checks.
Of course.
What kind of things would they be?
We're going to do a brake test on the vehicle. Then we're going to check if your vehicle's emission compliant. Then I would check the car by raising it up into the air using a ramp like this. And then I will check components such as your suspension arms, the bushes, to see if they're damaged or if there's any tears or anything like, anything that could cause excessive movement. Yeah. I will check your shocks, your springs. Your shocks meaning I will check if there's any fluid leaking, and I will check the rebound and dampening level of your shock absorbers. Then I would check your ball joints, give it a little wiggle. So everything would be checked on the ramp for the test.
Great, thanks for that, Jay. That's been a big help. Our MOT is actually due in about a month's time, so I'll give a car a good check over before we come, and then I'll be down to see you.
Yep, and I'll see you then. Just follow the simple rules that I've mentioned, and the MOT should run smoothly.
Thanks again.
No worries.